Do you think these controversies take away from the, quote unquote, for want of words, perhaps well touted focus and at least what the intention of the government of the day?
I think the controversies are deliberate.
Deliberate.
It is to cover up absolute incompetence. Incompetence at every level of governance. The executive, imagine, one of the lawyers said it. Why would the DSS furnish Senate with a security report that the presidency had not seen? DSS is supposed to be under the presidency, for Christ's sake. How can the Senate see a report that Mr. President should first of all have seen before even picking a name?
But if the presidency feels strongly about it, what have they done?
Why would the presidency feel strongly about a report, about somebody?
No, about not seeing the reports before the Senate.
Oh, definitely somebody should have been kicked out of the office.
But nothing has happened.
It's like you are sneaking in on the president. You are Mr. President's appointee. You have a report that indicts his nominee. You went behind him, because I don't think they will give it to Mr. President and he will go ahead and to hell, send it there. That means he was not convinced. And if he saw it, if DSS gave him and he saw it, it was for him to say, okay, commission another investigation and then pack the whole report, the one by DSS and the counter, the one that is contrary, and then give it to the Senate that, look, so damaging allegations were made against this man, and I've since commissioned an investigation, and I've seen that there is no truth to all this, and so please confirm this man. That's if he likes the man so much. But a lot of things have happened in the last 2 years that I begin to wonder, what is wrong with us? Is it the color of our skin that touches the white thing inside our heads?
Listening to all of this and reading up all of this, one will then ask, does that then mean that the interagency rivalry seems to be beclouding the judgment, and I'm talking about professional judgment of these chaps in these offices?
Well, I don't know about professional.
It's supposed to be.
Let's remove the professional, because there's nothing professional about all these people so far. There's nothing that has shown them whether EFCC, DSS, and all those things. There's nothing professional.
So how do we then believe subsequent reports that they bring up?
Well, you see, I can't believe any report, because take it from the angle of cases that have even gone to court as investigative bodies. You understand? Apparently, DSS or SSS, they are eroding. Going into the territory of EFCC, probably because they want to be in the limelight. EFCC as a group has its mandate. DSS is not even a body known to law per se; it's a department under SSS, which is the body known to law. And suddenly, you don't even hear of SSS; you hear of DSS, and then so they do a lot of things.
They say it's SSS. I think one of the directors, they say no, it's actually the SSS.
That is when the issue of their legal personality arises, that, look, in what capacity did you do this? But apparently you have a very strong man in charge of DSS and he wants to throw his weight around. So you see, the Magu debacle is a fallout of, what you called interagency squabbles. And is really downplaying is really afflicting the image of the presidency, of Mr. President himself, as if he's a man who is not in control of government. Because a lot of the things that these people are doing, they are having a telling effect on perception of people outside. People look at us. There are a lot of things that have happened in relation to Magu. Why must we be saddled with the responsibility of determining whether Magu is corrupt or not? If the DSS people, the presidency, if they would have, put their house in order, and then they will go to the Senate and let the Senate do whatever it wants to do. And the Senate too should not, they've turned it into politics. It's all politics.
Because they're politicians, that's what they do.
Well, that's the job they do. Unfortunately, the politics they play is not a politics, it's not about us. It's always about them. I call them politicians. because it's all trickery. You now it's coming back today. You said, oh, why do I think? For instance, the Attorney General, with all due respect, is a senior member of the bar. I believe that. I mean, even when all the politicians, they are doing their own thing, I believe he should take control because he's the chief law officer of the Federation.
If he takes control, to what extent? We're talking about the security report.
Yes.
Is it in the purview of the office of the AGF to counter a security report?
No, he's not countering. His job, his mandate, I believe, was not to counter a security report, it was to investigate.
Yeah, but
now, he has a lot of agencies under him, EFCC inclusive. I mean, he has to interact with EFCC. The EFCC is independent, but they have to work hand in hand with the Ministry of Justice, especially for the purpose of prosecuting those who have transgressed our laws in terms of economic matters. So naturally, when this kind of report, DSS report comes up, Mr. President was right to have said, oh, look at this. This is what I've seen. And if all this, I mean, because they border on criminal allegations.
Nobody's even talking about the police.
Well, the police too. You have a ministry that supervises them, but then the police. This I believe is a matter that the Attorney General of the Federation is well empowered to handle.
Can he still be referred to as acting EFCC chair after the Senate had initially rejected his nomination?
No, nothing wrong in that. He's still acting. I don't see anything wrong in that. It's insofar as Mr. President has not decided to kick him out.
But we have a case in court where I think everyone is asking that, look, since it's been rejected by the Senate, and according to section, I think, is it 2 sub 3 of the EFCC Act, you can no longer be in an acting capacity having been rejected.
Well, the case is in court. That case will not be determined today. So it might be confirmed or whatever today, although ordinarily, if I read the claims right, what Adegboru is asking for is something that ordinarily, if it was a political case per se, would have stopped, the Senate would have used to stop hearing anything today, that, oh, this matter is pending. And we are also parties to the case, and what is claiming, we will not want to preempt the court. You see, those are the kind of drama you are looking at. You have a case in court that says it should not be confirmed, it should not be represented, and all that. And I think the legislature is a party in that matter.
So should they go ahead?
Now, ordinarily, if they've been served, if they have notice, and I'm sure they have notice, it's if the Senate, if indeed speculations are, the speculators are right that the Senate has a vested interest in not confirming Magu, this is an opportunity for them to say, oh, there's a pending matter, it's called lis pendens. Once the matter is pending, we are not to take any action that will preempt the decision of the court. So we will leave matters as they are. But Magu will keep acting until the decision of the court. Because Mr. President has the prerogative to put somebody there either in acting or permanent capacity. And nothing has changed.
Do you believe in that school of thought that suggests that, look, some of these cases are, these matters are consistently being brought up, so that just engage Nigerians and let's see how far we can go with this?
In fact, I think I am an unrepentant member of that group, school of thought, that what the government has what the government has perfected is to engage us with controversies, on social media, interpersonally, everywhere, on your network, everywhere. People keep talking, arguing, and it's a red herring. We keep chasing the shadows, but the most important things that we should engage ourselves in, we are not talking about them. We are not talking about security of lives and property. Bombs were dropped on IDPs in a camp in Borno State. Nobody is talking about them again. Very important issues. You talk of the killing out there, in southern Kaduna. People are not talking. I watched something on Al Jazeera about the killings in southern Kaduna, and I listened to the governor of the state in the course of interacting on air, saying that there was a law that was made in 1965, signed by Tafawa Balewa or Sadawan and Sokoto, that the law created a corridor from the borders of Nigeria with other countries, Chad, Niger, through which this cattle rearer herdsmen can bring their cattle as far back as Kaduna to graze.
I'm afraid that's where we'll have to go.
My God.
I'm getting those commands in my ear. We'll have to just let it go. Always a pleasure to have you on, Mr. John Oloyede, a legal practitioner. And that's the show today. We thank you all for watching. And yes, it's the show today. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
Well, welcome back again, Chamberlain. It's good to see you. That's the show here from Abuja as well. The title of that book is Paradise for Maggots. Thanks to all those who reminded me. Maokbe Ogun.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.